Okay, hey YouTube. I have a rant, and hopefully I can get this out in 2.5 seconds because I gotta go to work. Okay, so I feel like a lot of people are so disconnected from life and from what goes on around them. Are we, as a society as a whole, are we caught up in the go and the always on the good foot that we don't stop to realize that we're breathing, to stop and realize that we're alive? And I say all of that because I live, like I said in a video that I actually uploaded a little bit earlier, I said that I live downtown. I've only been living downtown for a few months now. I moved in February. And I live in an area where it's so heavily populated, like trying to find parking. You see that face? Yeah. We get so lost in everything that's going on. I mean, you could probably hear in this video now everything that's going on outside of my window. But with that being said, a few moments ago, I ironed my shirt and I hear nothing but beep, beep, honking. Like, people honking like they ain't got no sense. Like, straight up, like, honking, like, out of number one, they see Obama, and they like, what up, son? Or they're honking because, like, their husband is getting ready, like, to give birth. Yeah, husband. Like, it's never that deep. But nonetheless, I go to the window and I realize that people are honking and tooting their horns because there are two motorcycles holding up traffic. I guess they have a green light and the motorcycles were holding up traffic. Well, eventually what I saw was they were holding up traffic because it was a funeral procession going down. Now, it may have not been the best route for a funeral procession because you're going through a heavily populated area, but nonetheless, I guess it was the quickest and it's the way that they decided to go. Well, with that being said, the two motorcycles were stopping the traffic because the funeral procession was trying to go by. Now, like, for me, like, if I see a hearse, you know, in a funeral procession, like, I'm giving respect, and I'm like, you know what? You know, you know how you are when you're in a funeral procession. You don't know where you're going. Some folks from out of town, you're like, yo, Betty, you just left me. Like, no, son, like, people, like, jumping in front of me. And not only because of that, I just give my respects because you have life and then you have death. And what you have in between that are folks tooting their horn because a funeral procession is going by. We get so caught up in the things that are going on day to day. That person in the front probably wanted to get down to the Starbucks to get themselves a latte, or they were trying to get to the Panera to get a panini. I mean, like, are we so lost and that caught up that we are that insensitive to things like that? I mean, I remember a few years ago when I went to Clifton Forge, Virginia. I think it was my grandmother's sister that passed away. My grandma, both of them actually passed away in 2007, a few weeks in between one another. And we went to Virginia, and it was a very small funeral, number one, because it was in the country, and it was like the hills. I swear it was like in the Himalayas or something. But nonetheless, we're going this way. The other folks are coming this way. They're stopping over on the other side of the street just so we could drive. They're paying their respects. Like, we weren't trying to break through traffic or anything. That was just their way of respect. And for me to see what just happened outside of my window, I mean, people were laying on the horn like something crazy. And if I might add, those people that were on the motorcycles stopping traffic, the person that died was either associated with the bikers club or maybe the spouse of the person that passed away maybe was a part of a bike club or something like that. And you know, they come, they show their respect because, you know, a few moments later, all I, you know, hear are motorcycles, you know, going up and down the street. So with that being said, you know, I'm just, that was my little rant just about, you know, touching base, staying intact with reality. Life is too short. Like I said, you have life and you have death. And you have to be careful how you treat the things in between. And, you know, I think I love where I live. I love my space. You know, my space, just me, myself, and I. But it makes me think twice when I look out my window and, you know, I hear honking and I hear horns and I hear that on a daily basis. But not for that reason. You just saw a hearse go by. Like, yeah, you know, it it kind of made me feel some kind of way, and I was like, I'm about to go write Facebook status. And then I was like, no, you know what? I got my computer running again. I'm gonna put it on YouTube. But that's it. Just stay in touch with reality. Smile. Live. If be respectful, not only of your life, but others. Have a great one.